Hey everyone, my name is Noam Levy. I'm the field CTO and groundcover, an observability company. Today I'm not going to talk about observability, just about how to make E2E and integration test faster. I'm going to use the term E2E here loosely. I'm talking about all your tests that includes database initialization. So we're going to discuss what makes E2E tests slow, hint databases. We're going to speak about what worked for us in groundcover to make them faster. And also we created a small lab that you can even try it yourself. So I think we can all agree that E2E tests are hard, right? There is a lot of bootstrap involved in building the test suites. There are a lot of moving parts. At the core of that complexity lies the big issue of databases, right? We need to do the migrations. We need to boot the database. It takes time. But they are also slow, right? The boot process itself takes time before any test is even running. It takes a lot of resources, especially as our project grows. And databases are one of those things that just get worse over time really quickly. But they are important, right? Because if we do only integration in unit tests, then we end up with a solution that looks like this. And E2E test really gives us unmatched assurance. It's actually the first time we're meeting our databases with or somewhat close to organic data. We really need to fix this issue. We need to make sure that E2E tests are something that is easy to run, that is something that is fun to run, that everybody can adopt it. Everything starts with a why. So why we need it to be good. So in ground cover, but I think in software culture in general, when things work slow, we tend to do them less. We will do it in the staging environment. We'll do it before we merge to main. If something happens, if something is slow, then we will do it less, and then it goes on and on. And when it comes to databases, those are impossible to mock. They are a crucial part of the application. They are slow to initialize, so we tend to test them less and less. How we solve this issue and make databases something that is fun and easy to test. This is awkward waiting for the 15-second automatic slide to advance. So step one, let's start with just running them indefinitely, like why we are booting them as a container as part of the test suite in the first place. Just let the database run. We have Kubernetes in our disposal to make this a reality, an easy reality, and replace the atomicity of a container boot with a tenancy or management or cleanup script. So instead of doing that nice container initialization, let's just run a database and create like a cleanup procedure. And then let's use other technologies that Kubernetes allows us to do, which is ingress or gateway API, or what the cool kids these days are doing, VPN sidecars to the pod, to flat out the network topology. So I can run the test in the same manner for my development environment, just like the test will run from the CI runners. You can go either way. The core thing here is that we wanted to make sure that E2E tests run exactly the same for my dev environment as they are running from the CI environment. And now all that there is left basically is to enjoy. Now I can run as part of my routine development practice the E2E test in blazing fast, in really, really quick iterations. And I have new superpowers, like if this runs on Kubernetes and my observability agent, which happened to be my specific observability agent, is running on that cluster as well, I can use my observability system to observe the behavior of the test, which is a cool new superpower that I just got. This is a lot of, this is a lot of big words and promises, and I wanted to make sure that I give you something that you can experiment with yourself and provide some data points here. So I created a lab with a snippet from how our test suite looks like and how it looked like before. 2 tests, one that uses a containerized DB and one that using an existing DB. To create a table, inserts 2 rows. It is simple on purpose, just to show you how slow container initialization is when it comes to tests. So a single run, no parallelization involved, 4 times slower. If I started to run the suite multiple times, 18 times slower, and this is before anything like any weird or like complex test suites were introduced. You can scan the QR code. The lab is ready to run. You can just inject an environment variable with a remote database and compare the speed yourself. That's all. Thank you.